Weighing in with Savagedan here in Bromtown. What a night, man. Joshua BOXXER back to winning ways. BOXXER debut. And the Benzo debut 2.0.
Yeah. Bro, I'll be honest, like Birmingham has waited for this for a while. It's a good seat. I feel like we should be here a couple times a year. Where do we start? Benzo. He demands attention, bro.
Stole the show.
He stole the show, of course he did. The ring entrance was crazy. Performance was what he had to produce because he put so much pressure on himself. Top performance, big stoppage. BOXXER had a tough task tonight, you know. He controlled the whole fight. For me, I had it like 9 rounds to 1. And it was probably 10 rounds to 0 if I'm totally honest.
He's an 18-0 fighter.
18-0 fighter, difficult. He knew when to go in and when to pull out, and like he's tough, he's Polish. Look at him, he looked great like on the scales, he looked fit. So it's like one of those fighters that's always going to be dangerous, but he did well, man.
Tyler Denny, what did you make of his performance?
I thought it was good. I thought he got hurt a couple of times maybe in that fight. But he's in there with a good fighter, man. A good fighter. I just had him edging it, 96, 94. I think it's good for him. I proper like Tyler, you know, I'll be honest. Like, I've got like a soft spot for him.
Yeah, he's got that likeable.
He's proper likeable, man. He's a dog, man. Like, you know, like he gets in there and he digs deep and he's always in good fights. Again, it's another great fight he's in, like on TV. It's like those are the kind of fights that fans want to see.
Shakan Pitters back to winning ways as well.
Important that he needed a performance like that. After losing to Dan, especially when you look at the current crop of light heavyweights, it's very easy to be forgotten amongst those top names. He needed a win and a performance like that in order to put himself back in contention to get him in the ring with those boys. He looked good, man.
What about Casey Benjamin, his stable mate?
I like Casey, you know, it's another one I've got a proper soft spot for. Underrated, but I think his biggest problem is, I'd like to see his punch stats. I think he allowed, look, don't get twisted, was it McGowan? Who did he fight?
Paulie McGowan.
Yeah, McGowan. He's very slick, he's very good, fights on the outside and he's busy. I think being busy is Casey's biggest flaw. I think he lets you work and he's looking for beauty. And you know, when he starts working, the crowd love it because he's a beast, he's a dog. But when he's not working, he allows people to nick rounds off him. And I think that's what happened tonight. I think the same kind of thing happened with Dalton Smith, you know. You could tell he was a huge threat. Dalton Smith knew he had to be on his P's and Q's around him. He looked dangerous, not mine. I think Ben's. It was under my seat, but it's Ben's. Yeah, he's always dangerous, but I think he allows you to nick rounds off him because if you just out-punch him and keep niggling, keep touching, he's not that, you don't see him just throw jabs, loads of jabs to keep you there. He wants to wait for your mistake and then go bam, 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 bam. But if in the meantime you land 10 shots, then sometimes there's a lot of shots that he doesn't reply to. He could have won that fight, man. I thought it was close, but I do think McGowan just edged it. Same with Dalton. It was a similar fight for me, you know. It was a proper similar fight, except that Casey came on strong in the end.
So, BOXXER got so many stars, like upcoming as well. We've got Callum Simpson, who was at ringside, Ben Whittaker, who was out tonight, Adam Azim, who's going to be out in June. For you, who's your favourite?
I don't really have favourites. I like them all. I think they all bring something different. Yeah, I like the flamboyance of Ben Whittaker, of course. Who doesn't? So in fact, loads of people won't. But that's part of why I like him. Adam Azim is a freak of nature, man. Like he's an absolute monster. Nobody wants to fight him. You got Dan Aziz, who I just think is just like climbing through the ranks like crazy. Then you got Riapo, who, let's be honest, like, he's knocking on the door very soon for a world title, you know, and it's going to be a big fight. So
just quickly, Richard Riapo and Lawrence Akoli were both at ringside. You were sitting in the middle. Did you have to do any refereeing?
Nah, neither of them want it with me, bro. Neither of them want it with me, bro. No, everyone was pretty civil, nice. Everyone was pretty, yeah, everyone was well behaved. I'll be honest. Like, I saw security tighten as soon as Lawrence came, because I wasn't expecting that. As soon as he came, I just saw security just get a little bit closer, a little bit more compact. But yeah, no, they didn't even exchange any words.
No. Sav, let's talk Adam Azim. It's coming up.
Yeah.
In York Hall. Why York Hall?
Because we're almost at the point where he will probably be too big to do York Hall.
That's what I was going to say, because obviously people have gone from
it's iconic.
the arena to York Hall. A couple of people are a bit raising eyebrows saying, why has he gone to a smaller arena?
I think you just have to. It's iconic. You want to be able to say that you fought at York Hall, not as an amateur, but you want to be like you headlined it. It's nothing to do with the numbers or anything like that. Purely to do with the fact that it's an iconic venue, and if we're not careful, we will miss it. As BOXXER, we've never done a show at York Hall.
Wow.
We've never. So yeah, I think it's important that we do one at the home of boxing.
Sav, last one, because you look like you're ready to go home. Celebrate that Chelsea win for once.
3-1 into 11th place.
Now, my last question is obviously the Smith Eubank 2 has now been announced. Are you happy seeing that again?
Yeah, I think it was a conclusive victory for Smith. No one was really expecting it, so I'm not sure if everyone's going to think it's a fluke. I'm definitely interested to see it again. I was interested to see it at the presser. Chris Eubank's demeanour, what he thought went wrong, and how he corrects that. I think that's the biggest part here. So obviously there's no such thing as fluke in boxing really, but nobody bet on a Liam Smith stoppage. Let's just have it that way. There's a rematch clause in it for a reason. He's activated it. He thinks something went wrong.
Does EubankJr retire if he loses that fight?
I don't know. I think the lure of the Conor Ben fight will always be there, if I'm honest. But will
he have that fight still there?
Yeah, maybe we won't have it on his terms, but I reckon it's still there. So yeah, I don't think he retires, but it's a long way back. It's a long way back. If you lose again, it's a long way back.
Well, big night, back in Brum, back in the Midlands, which we love to see. But Sav, thank you for your time, man, and thank you for weighing in.
Always, bro. Love, bro.